Hey guys, it's me, Lemel. My hair's still up from I was leaning over in the tank planting the 150 gallon. I didn't want to get it wet, my hair wet, so it's still up. I want to show you guys what's going on at ADHD Aquatics. There's some new developments on the business side of things. I got my little sales tax calculator. I got my little cash register. I don't keep a lot of money in there, so don't rob me. Got my little instructions on how to do the things when you get your plants or shrimp or fish. We got stickers. It says ADHD Aquatics Fresh Water. We got our loyalty card, VIP loyalty card. I'm actually switching to a new system where I keep the cards here with the people's name on it. But this is like when you get all your punches, the cute little fish right there. You get the 20% off. And there's different levels. So I have a tier 2. This is for a free 16-ounce fish food, and this third tier is for a buy one get one free fish or shrimp. Give me a second, I'm checking the baby monitor, and I'll talk about the better rack in a second. I know you just saw that in the background. Okay, he's okay. He's sleeping. That loud noise was the ice maker coming on. By the way. Okay, let's go to the better rack. Oh wait, we have one more thing over near the checkout area. Candy. When the customers check out, I make a little gift bag with candy, a business card, a sticker, and their punch card. And then of course my tip jar, which is very full. Thank you to my wonderful customers. And the better rack. The better rack has light now. Zach did it. I gotta go get the baby. Zach's having problems putting him down. I'm back. I think Zach did okay. He's rubbing his back. So Zach is working on the heating system for the better rack. Under the better rack is this. This is stuff that them lizard people use to heat up the tanks. He put it between the foam and the tank. And he's gonna be wiring it all in the middle. So you have to like clamp it like this and do the wiring. He's doing all that. Let me show you. This is one of the harnesses that he made for this side. Right now the water is very cold. It's below 64 degrees. There's 2 axolotls in the sump and there's crawfish here. But as soon as the heat's on, I gotta get lids measured because we're putting betta fishes. So the lids it's gonna be one whole lid, okay, and then we're gonna have little feed-in holes in each one. I'm gonna drill it. This looks like it's bowing. No, not really. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the 150 gallon. I ordered some black worms wholesale from, and then I planted the 150 gallons with the plants I got wholesale from my supplier, who shall remain unnamed. I did have a lot more plants, but I sold them. Max is drinking the water from the axolotls. I got a wave maker here. It's all clogged up with plant pieces. And I got my CO2 over here. And I'm gonna put another wave maker over here. The water surface is pretty still. That's good for me. I gotta upgrade the lighting system because that's just from Walmart, and this is an aquarium light, but I don't know the brand. But I need a bigger one because 150 gallons is a pretty deep tank, so I'm definitely gonna need some higher lighting for this. And unfortunately, the black worms came with planaria leeches, so I will not be selling these plants to customers, I guess, that have shrimp, or I'll be either doing a bleach dip here, or I will be telling them they need to do a bleach dip. But I will make sure I disclose that to them. It's not a secret. I'm not trying to be like, because I know planaria can hurt the shrimps. But yeah. If they put the plants into a tank with fish, the fish will eat the worms and the planaria. It's not a big deal. Another thing that happened today, oh, here's my little shelf. That's my stock right there. But I have some driftwood, some box filters, my fish food, a couple little rocks, all my heat packs, my vinegar eels, and then more rocks here and more driftwood. So, and then I also have this, I got it from my supplier. This is a visual guide for plants, so customers can tell me which plants they want and I can order them, which this is very nice. My supplier gave this to me for free. I was surprised. And then here's my hand towel. You guys should buy this, or my, because I bought everybody's mug when I first started. Do you remember? They're still in my tanks. Okay, I had to close up the medicine cabinet. Oh, for the fish room, it's very beautiful. And then I have everybody's business cards here from the community, so I still have 4 spots left. If you service Utah, you can put your business card in here into the fish room. Got some betta fishes from Wayne here. I'm selling them for him. And this is the adoption tank. I gotta turn the water system on. For some reason it hasn't been coming on. And I'm growing green algae in these 3 tanks, green water. My plan is to dirt these and plant them, a couple of them in the fish room. Maybe just like one of them, I don't know, as like an example for my customers. And that is my actual green water culture. I got a culture from Paul the fish guy, I think that was his name, online on Facebook, and put it in there, and the light stays on 24/7. I gotta catch the rainbow fish juveniles out of there though. There's 4 or 5 Bozeman. But still got my Liquid Zoo Only Fins mug. Everybody loves that mug. And yeah, I just really need to, I put some more worms in other tanks too. So here's some here. I hate that thing my camera does, I'm sorry. Still got the red jewels there and here. These ones are the super red ones. They're awesome. These are the babies. They're not big enough to be colored up yet. But Mama's back there. Yeah, so that's it. That's just a little update with the fish room. I just want to let you guys know, like, I'm shipping fish and plants and shrimp. I gotta go get Waylon. I'll see you guys later. Alright, took like 2 hours to get the baby back down with Zach's help. We were able to do it. I've been thinking, you guys, a lot. I think very quickly because I have ADHD. So even though I was gone for 2 hours, I made some big decisions. The planaria in this planted tank is absolutely no good. It's absolutely no good. We cannot have it. We just cannot have it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt my customers' shrimp and stuff. So I wanted this to be part of my worm culture for selling black worms to my customers. But there's planaria all in it. I'm going to try to see if I can bleep out the name of the company that sold it to me, but because I want them to still do business with me. I don't think me saying that their black worms have planaria in it will affect their business, because people that buy the black worms from them feed them to fish, and I don't think the fish care. The fish just eat it. So, but they might not do business with me anymore if they find out I said that their black worms have planaria. So if I can't figure out how to bleep the name out, sorry. I don't do any real editing. I just do it on my phone because I'm really too busy. But anyway, I've been thinking what I'll do is I bought some quartz sponge off of Amazon, and I'll put it in there, and I'll put like an algae wafer inside of it, and the worms will come into it, but not the planaria. And then I'll remove the worms that way. Otherwise, I'm just going to hand pick the planaria out like I did last time. Last time I ordered from this place, I put all the worms, I only had like an 1/8 pound. I put all the worms in a cup and then pulled out all of the leeches. And it took me like 2 hours. And I'm not really looking forward to that, but it's like I ruined like 4 of my tanks with the shrimp, with the worms, and like I had to because I was in a hurry earlier. I had to get the worms into a tank. So yeah, I can't keep shrimp in those tanks now, and I like to keep the shrimp and the worms together because they're BFFs. So I'm going to figure out how to get the planaria out of there. What I could do is just put fish in the tanks and let the fish eat the planaria and the worms and start over, but I spent like a few $100s on these worms, so I'm really looking to resell them and make my money back. So I don't know, whatever, you live and learn, make all the mistakes. I found another source somewhere else. They did not respond to my email yet, so I don't know if I will be able to get it from them or not. There's only a few blackworm farms in America. But let me show you some food I got from Bryan Shrimp Direct. So, I don't know why the camera's messing up like that. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Okay, sorry if that looked weird. I am testing all of these fish foods. Okay, the camera's like really glitching out. I'm so sorry. The camera's glitching out, so this is just the way it is, I guess. Okay, maybe the camera's better now. I posted all of these on my Facebook, so if you want to read all the ingredients, please add me as a friend on Facebook. If you don't want to add me as a friend, it's public. You can just stalk me. But, or you can just pause the video on each one if you want. So, I'm testing out these foods so that I can have their food in my store. This is Bryan Shrimp Direct's food. It is all prepared with cooler temperatures so that it does not destroy the nutrients in the food. Let me show the actual food. And it also preserves the astaxanthin, which is the thing that makes the coloration. The fish have colors, so it makes the fish more colorfuler. And I'm very excited because from what I understand, their food is very high quality. I didn't show that one for long enough. And they have a very wide variety, which is great. This is something that I will not be able to resell. This is 2% metronidazole medicated flake. I am eventually going to get a bulk amount of this for the fish that come in, imported fish. So my plan is obviously quarantine everything, but at first my quarantine period will have to be kind of short just because I had an unforeseen issue with my supplier where he delayed the shipment because of bad weather, and he's unable, it was like a whole month long delay, and I had already had people that had ordered fish from me, and I needed fish like right now. And so I scrambled to find a new supplier, and I got one, but now in order to have the fish ready by the delivery date, I have to cut this quarantine period short. So they're only being quarantined for a week and a day. But I treat everything for parasites when they come in. And as you know, some fish die from that. Nico, say hi. Rest in peace to them boys. But I'm going to feed them dewormer. I have Levamisole. I got it from Greg Sage. I will put the link below. You should buy Levamisole from Greg Sage. There's other places you can get it from, but Greg Sage is an absolute saint. He is a blessing to this hobby. So you should support him. I'm going to feed them medicated food, Levamisole, to get the worms out. Just assuming that every fish that I get from someone else has worms. And then a day later, I'm going to start the antibiotics. So they will eat antibiotic flake every day until they go with the customer. Because what happens is, most fish don't have bacterial infections when you get them. It's the worms die inside of them and rot and cause a bacterial infection. And a lot of times stress can cause bacterial infections there's bacteria everywhere. So, but the stress can really cause the bacteria to be able to root into the fish and actually cause symptoms. Same thing with parasites. A lot of fish have parasites. A lot of humans have parasites. And it's totally normal part of existence. It's not a big deal. But the issue is when you introduce stress to the fish, the parasites cause bad symptoms. Or if it's like a really bad parasitic infection. So like if you overfeed your fish, the parasites can get out of control and like press on their organs and give them kidney failure, air bladder, swim bladder issues and all that. So it's really good to get as many parasites as you can out. I don't know if it's ever going to be 100%, but the guy that owns Brine Shrimp Direct, I met him today. He gave me all this stuff for free. I gotta pay him for this next time I order. I was like, how much do I owe you? He was like, just pay for it next time you order something. So I'll do that. I'm also talking with them about being able to stock some of their brine shrimp hatch and cones because I really like them. I'm not sure if my customers are the brine shrimp hatching type, but maybe I can get the littler hatcher first. So I wanted to show you guys the food and take a look at the ingredients and give me some feedback on what you think. So far, my favorites, just off of the shape because it's so unique, are these smaller types of pellets, because I haven't seen little pellets like this in like big box stores that have good quality ingredients, and I deal mostly in micro fish. So this is a 500 to 800 micron micro pellet, GP Advanced, and soft color enhancing pellet, slow sinking. I think this might be the one I want to do. So I'm going to test these out, but I want to take you guys upstairs and show you another move that I made with the fish stuff. So if you remember, this 150 gallon used to house those Starry Night cichlids. Well, now it's a planted worm and planaria tank. So let me take you upstairs and show you what's in the 75, which is where the plants used to be. Dun, 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 dun. This is now the new Starry Night tank. And of course they're hiding. Not in there. Babe, where'd they go? How are they missing?
Are they in the pot?
Maybe they are in the pot. Yep, they're both in the pot. Maybe they'll make babies. This tank is hot. It's hot as shoot. It's hot as heck. What did I have it at? Like 82? I don't remember. But it's really warm. So I got a little piece of wood in there and a tube, and I got the pot. They're in the pot. Sponge filter. I put more sand in there. I still have to siphon out a lot of the dead plant material because a lot of those plants died in here. I guess it just wasn't a good like parameters. Like my tank didn't have like good. That's it for tonight's video. I'm gonna try and do a video every other day. So I'm gonna do a video on my baby channel, the mom channel that has Wayland. Wayland's famous. He has like 2,000 subscribers. And then a video about the fish. So I'll try to do every other day for both channels. We'll see.